a bad motherfucker with whoever I fight.
Sell some tickets, then holler at me. Bum ass nigga.
Shakur Stevenson had an interview with a Second Wind podcast, and he talked about his career, Tank Davis, Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence, and the fact that he simply just can't get no fights.
During that time, when I say I ain't take it serious, I ain't work hard. I was just talented. Once I went and won, and I was the number 2 guy, I knew like, okay, shit, let me just start working hard. Let's see where this take me.
From Newark, New Jersey. You take great pride in that. When you go back, you always show love.
They made me into like who I am today. Every time I'm training, every time I'm running, I'm thinking about my city. I'm thinking about the kids. Like the kids that don't got nothing in. They don't got motivation, but I want to give them motivation.
How important was that loss for you in your career at the time before you turned pro?
During that Olympic time, I think I lost because I was big-headed. I believed I was untouchable. When I fought and I lost, I couldn't believe it. Now I know, like, let me not get too big-headed. Let me focus and work harder than everybody else to make sure that I come out on top.
Man, I can't wait for you to get some smoke. It seemed like them dudes is kind of, when it's time for smoke.
Man, you could say it, man. Them dudes is ducking. I love boxing, but I think, like, it's a bunch of scary-ass boxers.
When are we going to see the Shakur Tanks, the Shakur Devins?
There's only one fight that is really, me and Tank the biggest fight.
That's the one.
It's the biggest fight in the world. I could see it happening not too far in the future.
What's one word or phrase that you could use to describe your whole journey?
Damn, ain't nobody never asked me that. Trench made the trenches. Like, I feel like the trenches made me into who I am. Like, it gave me my mental, my mindset that I got throughout my life right now. Like, I'm locked in. I'm gonna show them. I'm gonna show the world.
Of course, he talked about his upbringing and stuff like that. Go check out the full interview. But Shakur Stevenson, as we've been following his career, things started off pretty good, right? Things started off good. Olympic standout, silver medalist, high-profile kid coming into the game. And now he finds himself in a situation that I would imagine a lot of people told him that was likely going to happen. Now he's in a situation where he can't get a fight to save his life. Even the guys that was pseudo calling him out a few months ago has gone radio silent. You look to the left, you look to the right, you can't find anybody that wants to fight. But Shakur Stevenson mentioned that him and Tank Davis is the biggest fight in the world. But unfortunately for Shakur Stevenson, I don't think he's going to be getting that fight anytime soon. According to what Coach Calvin Ford said, and salute to my boy YSM Sports Media for the interview, guys. Go check out YSM Sports Media. He had an interview with Coach Calvin Ford, the trainer of Gervonta Tank Davis, and yeah, Coach Calvin Ford says this.
Your personal preference, who would you want to get in the ring with?
Well, the only person I'm going to be looking at is Pitbull.
Pitbull? What did you think of his performance against
Been off for a little while.
Yeah,
but he got the job done. The guy was tough, had a good chin, he did what he was supposed to.
And salute again to my boy YSM for the interview. But we already knew. We already knew Coach Calvin Ford, Tank Davis, and these guys. The next guy that they was probably going to be fighting was Pitbull Cruz. This is not a surprise to many, if any. We're not surprised, right? But we just had to hear it from the horse's mouth. This is what Coach Calvin Ford is looking at. This is likely what they're going to do. Now, he mentioned if guys want to come down to 135 for that payday, then they can do that, alluding to Devin the Dream Haney, who's not 140 pounds. But they didn't mention Shakur Stevenson at all in this particular interview. And Shakur Stevenson, even though he's at the top of the division, guys like Tank Davis, who's also at the top of the division, will be able to politically maneuver around Shakur Stevenson for as long as he can. Now, I do believe that fight is probably a 50-50 fight in most people's eyes. I think Shakur Stevenson could possibly pull it off. I think he could beat Tank. But will he get Tank in the ring? I think that's going to be a battle within itself, right? He can barely get Devin Haney in the ring. He can hardly get any of these dudes in the ring with him right now. So Shakur Stevenson just got to stay focused, stay optimistic, and stay working. That's all he can do at this point, because guys like Tank Davis, they're not about to be beat on that horse. Actually, we haven't even heard anything from Tank Davis. And usually, like I said before, when Tank Davis, and I'm a fan of Tank, I got to put that disclaimer out there, but I always keep it 1,000 on how I see things. Whenever there's a open smoke, time for the guys to fight, when there's nobody fighting nobody, it's really, really quiet in these boxing streets from a lot of these guys who be on social media a lot. But when they got a fight lined up, then that's when they get to talking about these other guys that fans want to see them actually fight. This is just how it goes. But based off what I've seen for the past several months, as far as the smaller, younger guys, the lightweights and younger guys, Shakur Stevenson been the only one that's still been standing out here with his hands up in the middle of the air talking about what's up. Whether he got a fight lined up or not, he's been the main one out here saying this, saying that, right? Maybe he should fight somebody like JoJo Diaz. Maybe he should just fight whoever will fight him, because that's looking like what Shakur Stevenson is going to have to do. Of course, he's going to receive heat. Of course, he's going to receive criticism from knucklehead boxing fans who see what's going on, who see these guys is avoiding this supremely talented young fighter. But yet and still, they want to sit here and play the game of, oh, well, he just can't, he ain't got nobody to fight. So we're going to go through that game again. We played this game before with many guys in the boxing. This is nothing new to boxing fans, right? Especially ones who like to keep it 1,000. This ain't nothing new. We all foreseen this is going to be a possibility once Shakur Stevenson got things going in his career. And once he got to the glamour division, the lightweight division, this is where things seem to have slowed down for Shakur Stevenson. Can't even find Devin Haney no more. Regis Prograis came out today saying, it's been 3 weeks. I haven't heard nothing from these guys. I've been signed my contract. Like, there's a lot of games that's going to be being played, man. And you learn about a fighter when they get put in position. Unfortunately for Devin Haney, right? It's not like he's a 35-year-old guy who said, man, I didn't get no opportunities until I'm this age. I'm doing what I want to do. Devin Haney is a 24-year-old dude who has a lot of time left in the sport of boxing. There's a lot of good competition out there and a lot of great fights to be made. Same goes for Tank Davis. Tank Davis is closer now to 30 than he is to 20, and he has yet fought an elite black fighter on his resume. And now when you talk to Calvin Ford, Coach Calvin Ford, who I got a lot of respect for, I like Calvin Ford, but he always says things, well, he says what he's going to do. They looking at Pitbull Cruz. They're looking at Pitbull Cruz. You go right to Ryan Garcia, a fight that most people felt that Tank was going to win, right? Then you go to another fight where most people feel Tank is going to win again, and then it's a guy you fought already, and I do feel that, in certain circumstances, you got to clean up some of your messes you made. And that fight was a split decision. But right now, I think there's other bigger, better fights on the table for Tank Davis, who's almost pushing 30 now. So, yeah, Shakur Stevenson, what is he going to do? I guess one thing he can do at this point is stay focused. Yeah, there's a lot of scary boxers out there. Yeah, they see the talent, and they don't want to go nowhere near Shakur the Samurai Stevenson because he's just that damn sharp. He's too sharp. They don't want to go nowhere near him. He's like razor sharp. That's why I call him the Samurai, because he's sharp. But nonetheless, man, we gonna keep talking about it. We gonna keep following this storyline to tell you exactly what it is. Right now, Shakur Stevenson is standing on his soapbox, telling everybody he's here, he wants to fight. And if he ends up fighting somebody who fans don't really care about or fans never heard of, well, you can honestly say it's not really his fault. Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.